Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson, guiding you through this exciting half-hour journey. On today's pages, more reflections of the past year in our 5 in 2025 year in review with a look at national security and peace. And HealthWise explores a platform for sharing national health research findings. You don't want to miss any of it, so sit back and relax with these and more as we turn the pages.
Jamaica Post is committed to being your preferred logistics partner. Enjoy the convenience of 3 to 5 days for international shipments at competitive rates and next business day delivery for local packages. Take advantage of our fast, reliable and ever-evolving services. Zip Mail, Click and Ship, Fast Track, EMS, Parcel Service, Registered Mail, Corporate Mail Service and Private Letterbox. Access customer service support and track packages online. Visit our post offices island-wide and premium service centers at select locations. For more information, go to jamaicapost.gov.jm. Conditions apply.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 12, 2026. The government has allocated $10 billion for reconstruction grants, which will be distributed to householders whose houses were damaged in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa last year. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says distribution is scheduled to start in the last week of this month.
I know that there are many other needs that would be required for the rehabilitation of your household, but the primary purpose for the grant is to restore your dwelling. So in as much as possible, we urge you to use the grants when they are issued for this cause.
Individual allocations will be based on the level of damage, that is, whether it was mild, severe, or totally destroyed. It has been determined that approximately 90,000 households have suffered some form of damage. Dr. Holness says the scale of the conditional support is large and complex, but the government is committed to fulfilling the different parameters,
such as beneficiary identification to make sure the people who actually need it get it, to ensure efficiency, that it gets to those people quickly, and effectiveness, that they are able to actually use the resources to address the need, and the accountability issues, that we are able to determine that the people who actually need it are the people who actually benefited or got the grant.
The Prime Minister was giving an update on the process following a meeting with officials from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Office of the Cabinet, and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. The Ministry of Agriculture has welcomed a shipment of sweet potato inputs from the Canadian government as part of the Hurricane Melissa Recovery Initiative. The support is funded by Global Affairs Canada under the Caribbean Sustainable Agriculture in the Caribbean project. It includes the distribution of high-quality Canadian Chieftain Super Elite potato seeds, which were handed over during a recent ceremony in Trelawney. The seeds are expected to be high-yielding and climate-resilient, with built-in resistance to pests and diseases that often emerge after flooding and other extreme weather events. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green welcomed the seeds distribution as an initiative that complements the ministry's National Irish Potato Program.
We are, from the government perspective, putting in about $160 million in that Irish potato program, targeting around 4,000 farmers. So this directly ties into that. And we are going to continue to work to strengthen the program.
Farmers also received crop recovery tech packs to support seed nutrition and protection. The distribution prioritizes inclusivity, with 60% of inputs to go to women, 20% to youth, and 20% to men. The Roaring River Water Pumping Station in Westmoreland, which is operated by the National Water Commission NWC, is expected to be back in operation by January 15, restoring water supply to approximately 50,000 customers. The update was provided by Minister of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications, Darrell Vaz, during a recent tour of the area. The pumping facility was left without power following extensive damage to the electricity network during Hurricane Melissa. The Jamaica Public Service Company was forced to redesign transmission routes and rebuild major sections of its network, from Paradise to Roaring River, to restore electricity to the pump and surrounding communities.
Basically, getting this station powered is over 300 poles that have to be planted, covering about 15 miles. But again, water is life. Therefore, if we can give the people water while they wait on light, that's a big improvement in the quality of life.
JPS President Hugh Grant says the company has made restoring power to the pumping station a priority.
The overseas line workers that we brought in, and they're accelerating the progress here and expediting the process to facilitate the onboarding and the powering up of this facility so that we can then provide service and then water to the residents here in Westmoreland. Again,
NWC's regional manager for Westmoreland and Hanover, David Price, says the company is working closely with JPS to bring relief to affected communities.
We know the plight, as he indicated before, water is life. We are committed to this partnership with JPS. We have the generators to work on to get the reliefs going, but this is going to be significant, especially for residents of Westmoreland.
The St. James Health Department, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, has officially launched a $50 million integrated vector control program for the parish. It's aimed at reducing vector-borne diseases in high-risk communities across St. James. The project features a two-component strategic approach. One is a Berthoud index reduction designed to lower the number of mosquito breeding sites from 67.9 to below 25 per 100 houses. This commenced on December 29 and will run for 6 weeks. The other component is a robust rodent control program that includes community cleanup exercises and public education campaigns to encourage residents to eliminate breeding sites in and around their homes. The initiative will also involve increased deployment of environmental health personnel, supported by modern equipment and chemicals approved by the Western Regional Health Authority, WRHA. Speaking during the recent media launch, Chief Public Health Inspector for St. James, Sharika Lewis, says residents will receive larger replacement containers and fitted covers as part of the special initiatives. 100 of these drums are to be distributed in priority communities. And finally, the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, is moving steadily toward fully digital examinations, announcing plans to offer all assessments online within the next 3 to 5 years. The disclosure was made by Registrar and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Wayne Wesley during a recent press conference. Dr. Wesley says the transition reflects the strong confidence stakeholders place in CXC's globally recognized qualifications and the Council's commitment to modernizing assessment delivery.
We are pleased to say that we are administering these January examinations employing our digital e-assessment and hybrid e-assessment approaches. It is our intention to offer all examinations digitally and in the context digitally in the next 3 to 5 years.
Dr. Wesley also provided an update on the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate (CTEC) pilot program, which was launched in September 2025. The initiative allows students to earn certificates independently through flexible, modular courses aligned with CXC syllabuses.
We planned for the participation of 3,000 learners for the CTEC pilot. However, we have received over 6,443 candidates. This is oversubscribed by more than 50%, giving us an indication as to the extent to which this product is really being accepted by the region.
The CTEC pilot is currently being implemented in all 13 CXC member states, operating across 48 examination centers. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
2025 was a historic year on several fronts, including public safety, as significant developments unfolded in Jamaica. We now turn the pages for a look back at some key developments and programmed activities achieved within the Ministry of National Security and Peace.
The Honorable Dr. Horace Anthony Chang.
Dr. Chang was reappointed head of the country's national security following the government's victory at the September 3 general election. State Minister Gillette Cuthbert-Flynn was also reappointed. With the reappointments, the mandate of the ministry was expanded to include peace, shifting focus from just law enforcement to actively promoting social peace, conflict resolution, and addressing underlying causes of violence. Some context as we head into our full review of major achievements in 2025. The forensic processing capacity of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, was raised to a very high standard in 2025. This significant milestone was demonstrated in the opening of the state-of-the-art forensic pathology autopsy suite that houses a firearm and DNA unit.
Jamaica now has a forensic legal institute that can provide exposure and training to all our Caribbean friends and brothers, and in fact, raise the quality of our jurisprudence.
1 million.
6 new police stations were also opened across St. Elizabeth, St. Catherine, St. Andrew, St. James, and Westmoreland.
It's a powerful statement of our dedication to ensuring that the highest standards of service are embedded in every corner of this great nation.
To ensure there is greater public safety and good order.
The build-out of the police force continued with the strengthening of critical resources. $1.7 billion was invested to acquire 274 new vehicles.
It is an investment in ensuring that our police officers are equipped with the right tools to serve, protect, and reassure the people in Jamaica.
The government also enhanced maritime security with 5 new patrol vessels for the Jamaica Defence Force and JCF Coast Guards.
We have to exercise dominance over our maritime space.
The Olympic Gardens police station in Kingston became a hub for the Jamaica Eye monitoring project in the community. 51 cameras were installed in 10 locations. The JCF also received mobile and portable data-capable radios, handheld ticketing devices, and mobile printers to boost the speed, coordination, and effectiveness of daily operations. Boots on the ground for national security increased in 2025. The Jamaica Defence Force, JDF, brought in 417 new soldiers, in addition to 400 new recruits from the Jamaica National Service Corps. The Department of Correctional Services, DCS, expanded its ranks with 300 new officers.
We celebrate not just a number, but a legacy.
And the JCF welcomed 627 officers trained in modern policing, community engagement, and technology-driven operations. Notably, the JCF made history with Batch 160 being the first all-female cohort.
You now carry the responsibility of helping to shape the future of law enforcement in Jamaica.
Throughout 2025, the police force maintained a tight grip on all major crimes, resulting in steady declines. At December 31, there was an overall decline of 17%. A major reduction of 41% was registered for murder, 474 less incidents. Shooting also fell by 31% or 314 less incidents. The downward trend continued with rape showing a decline of 28%.
We are not just reducing crime, we are changing the trajectory.
At this time, there must be a unified position.
And so, from the onset of Hurricane Melissa, the security forces were mobilized. More than 12,000 police officers were deployed across all divisions before the storm, with incident command centers activated and integrated across parish emergency operations.
Following landfall, the JCF immediately transitioned to securing communities, protecting hospitals, water facilities, Petrojam and our airports, and escorting relief supplies into affected zones.
The JDF shifted into full humanitarian operations, activating a disaster task force and establishing 22 relief outposts in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Trelawney. Through its operation, the JDF reached over 300 communities, assisted more than 680,000 Jamaicans, and provided over 72,000 care packages by air, land, and sea.
So they have established an effective supply chain, and they are providing security for the convoys. They are providing security for the communities.
Over 2,000 JDF members were also deployed to support community cleanup, clear roadways, stabilize critical infrastructure, carry out search and rescue operations, and medical evacuations. Engineering teams also conducted aerial and ground damage assessments and assisted with the reconstruction and repairs to homes and critical buildings.
Their efforts have been heroic, and the nation owes them deep gratitude.
Was a year of transformation for justice in Jamaica. Discover 5 defining moments during the year that reshaped justice for all. Coming to you on this station January 13th, 2026, right here inside Jamaica Magazine.
Every day we experience sounds in our environment, some melodious and soothing, others noisy and uncomfortable. Prolonged exposure to levels above 85 decibels is generally considered hazardous. Our next feature explores the dangers of how to protect against the risks.
Hey there! So I recently came across a post from the World Health Organization, and I'm just here assuming that, like me, you're also looking for ways to take care of yourself, right? Well, let's hope so. The post read, 1 in 2 young people is at risk of hearing loss. So here goes. This is what I learned about safe listening habits. How do you even know when noise is damaging your hearing? There are easy tells, and most likely you've experienced one, if not all. You have to raise your voice to talk to other people. You cannot hear what people nearby are saying. It hurts your ears. You have Did you hear that? Okay, back to what I was saying. If you have ringing in your ears or muffled hearing afterwards, the noise is quite possibly loud enough to damage your hearing. So, what can you do? Keep the volume down. Do not listen to music at more than 60% of the maximum volume. Do not use earphones or headphones for more than an hour at a time. Take a break for at least 5 minutes every hour. Use earplugs in noisy places. Also, if you're in a noisy environment, try to take a break every 15 minutes. Give your hearing about 18 hours to recover after exposure to lots of loud noise. Limit time spent on loud activities. Monitor sound levels using mobile apps. And finally, check your hearing regularly. We oftentimes drown our listening habits in the noise and the vibe, but as you just learned, it takes very little to take care of our hearing health. And that's it. Easy, simple, and done. Happy hearing.
Have you seen any of these signs and are ready to buy land or property? Want to know who is the legal owner? Purchase a copy of the title using eLand Jamaica. With eLand Jamaica, you can do a title search and verify the owner of the property, ensuring they have the legal right to sell it. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at www.nla.gov.jm, via telephone at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us on WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Jamaica has been nurturing a robust health research agenda to find treatment solutions, prevent disease, and improve patient care. The National Health Research Conference is the flagship platform for disseminating health research findings, forming the foundation for evidence-based medicine and better public health outcomes. Learn more in this next feature.
It is fundamental now to gather the data, to assess the data, to use the data to make informed decisions. I want to commend you on the work that you have done and encourage you to continue in terms of the work that needs to be done going forward.
The National Health Research Conference, NHRC, is where science, innovation, and policy meet to impact the health and well-being of the population. This transformative event has been helping to shape Jamaica's healthcare landscape for over a decade, following its inaugural staging in 2010. It's the flagship platform of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, uniting government institutions, academic minds, and the wider public to share groundbreaking health research that's pushing the boundaries of innovation and that can provide solutions to meet modern healthcare needs. The NHRC's key objectives are to facilitate the sharing of research findings from the various participating researchers, identify operational research with the potential to shape public health policy, and aid special discussions on the conference theme to drive actionable outcomes.
It's research that will have some impact on our operations, our guidelines, our policies. For example, we did COVID research, and that helped shape our COVID response.
Since its inception in 2010, with a gathering of 80 attendees at the Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston, conference attendance has soared over the years.
The last conference would have seen 933 persons on Zoom and over 6,000 persons on social media. So it has grown exponentially.
Early funding support from research partners like the Caribbean Health Research Council and the National Health Fund laid the groundwork for the conference's continued evolution before the Health Ministry took full charge in 2015, ensuring it became a regular fixture on the national health agenda. The National Health Research Conference has seen stunning growth each year in the number and quality of research abstracts submitted.
When we started out, with a few abstracts that would have been submitted up to today, where we have a large volume in terms of poster and oral presentations. The growth still continues to where our numbers have grown, and I'm very proud to be a part of that experience.
Initially, we were getting submissions mainly from the Ministry of Health community, and then we branched out. We're now getting submissions from universities, other universities in Jamaica, as well as Ministry of Health.
The research and the dissemination of research is not the end of it. We use it. Some things may not be ready for use today. There may be plant products that seem to have a good effect on, say, diabetes, but it's early. It's still in rats or other animals. And so it will, over time, probably 5, 10, 15 years down the line, it may prove to be useful. But at least the exposure and to see what is happening in that world is important for us to know.
An example of such research on the control of type 2 diabetes was shared by student researcher at the UWI Faculty of Medical Sciences, Marley Wright.
The results were promising, and it showed that the combination of GSNO and glutathione could be a possible treatment option for type 2 diabetic patients. From the results that I found from my study, it seems promising and something that we could look towards. We could engage the Clinical Translational Research Unit from the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies, Mona, to see how this could be done. We could also seek further information from them about what other drug tests we need to do to see if we can push this forward to clinical trials.
Some of the key research with strong policy impact looked at road safety and non-communicable diseases, NCDs, and Jamaica's salt consumption pattern.
This was first time we are knowing how we consume salt in Jamaica, and we are consuming just too much salt. Probably almost twice as much salt, sodium. But potassium, which we get from fruits and vegetables, we are not having enough.
The National Health Research Conference awards presenters for high-quality research in 3 categories for both the oral and poster competitions. And these are Best Overall Presentation, the Most Impactful Presentation, and the Best Student Presentation. The NHRC takes months of planning, starting with feedback from participants, debriefing, and an evaluation of the previous event, which helps with choosing the next theme. The theme is then formally approved by the executive management of the portfolio ministry. That is followed by another set of evaluation and meeting, leading to a call for abstracts where researchers are invited to send in their research.
By about summer or mid-year, after we do the call for abstracts, by about September, then we would have our the close of the call. And when that happens, we then do an adjudication. So the abstracts have to be judged to see which will become oral and poster presentations. And then after that, we would contact the researchers and verify that they will present.
Other spokes in the wheel driving the conference are engaged simultaneously as the conference secretariat works administratively with partners, preparing for the opening ceremony, doing supplements and magazines, and then selecting moderators, special presenters, etc.
The systems that have been put in place has grown in strength, and the conference has likewise grown. And so the journey continues, but it has been a good journey.
Till the next conference, every third Wednesday to Friday in November, this has been our peek inside the NHRC, with over a decade of transformative research shaping a healthier future for Jamaica.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today. But please, do join us again tomorrow on the same station for more news, features, and information you can use. In the meantime, visit our website at jis.gov.jm for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, walk good and lend a helping hand where you can in this time of need.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.